So I was talking about Twisters with a female friend of mine, and we talked about the scene where Glenn Power walks out in his white shirt in the rain, and I made the statement of, I think this is just as bad as really bad fan service in anime.
It's a bold claim. Don't know that I agree, but it's a bold claim.
I mean, in terms of content and what it's going for, it's close. I feel like it's at least a little close.
That's probably pretty close. Welcome to Under the Bridge, everybody.
Welcome to Under the Bridge.
I'm Cody, aka the Scarlet Troll.
And I am Greg, aka Greg.
And this is our podcast where we talk news of the pop culture variety. Sometimes comic news, sometimes gaming news, pretty much always movie news, and also pretty much always a movie review. So make sure to ring the like button, smash that bell, and share the video around if you're into that sort of thing, because it helps us out, and we appreciate it.
We appreciate it indeed.
I don't think I took a breath during that whole thing.
Impressive.
Yeah, getting better at it. Anyways, first bit of news. Minor one. I hate The Rock.
Hi, shit, Sherlock. Meet my friend now.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's no secret that I have quite a bit of disdain for The Rock, but now, finally I've got him. Finally I have a reason. I have it on record. I have a quote.
You have an air quotes justified reason to hate The Rock.
I can bury this man under a pile of rocks.
Made of money.
More like made of social scorn and shame.
Oh god, what did he do?
Well, he encouraged poor movie etiquette.
Really?
Yeah, he was talking with the BBC.
Okay. And
he said at the UK premiere for Moana 2 that fans should feel free to sing in the cinema.
See, now, considering the movie we're going to talk about at the end of this, No,
look, I don't think it's a big secret we talked about Wicked, but you notice nobody was singing in the theater in Wicked, because you don't do that, because we live in a goddamn society!
Right.
His exact quote was, "Sing. You've paid your hard-earned money for a ticket, and you've gone into a musical, and you're into it. Sing." No! Don't do that!
No, that's just being an asshole.
Because you know what? I paid money for a ticket. Well, actually, I paid Regal money to not have to pay for a ticket. And in the process of giving them money, I would like to watch and listen to the movie that I am here to see, not amateur hour karaoke night. Alright?
Right.
Shut up!
I can't help but flash back to when we saw Furiosa and there was the one dude who was snoring the entirety of the movie.
That really irritated me. That
was irritating, but also genuinely impressive. The man's getting the sleep of his life in this 2-hour action movie.
No, I'm impressed, don't get me wrong, but it's also, man, why did you even come here?
Why did you pay $14 to take a nap?
Pay $14 to take a nap and distract everybody else from this. But no,
right.
Back to this. Unless, okay, I know some theaters have sing-along showings. I'm not discouraging that. If you go to a sing-along showing and you're mad about the singing, that's on you. But if I'm just going to a regular opening night showing of Moana 2, I don't want to listen to people sing the reprise of You're Welcome. I want to listen to The Rock sing it. I don't even really want to listen to him sing it. But this is just part of why theaters are going down the toilet, because everybody's forgotten theater etiquette. They just pull out their phones and stuff. And don't get me wrong, like, I'll occasionally lean over and make a joke to Greg, but I do it quiet enough that nobody can really hear it anymore.
Yes, unless we just lose our shit at something ridiculous, like Dalmatians Killed Me Mom.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, reacting to a movie is one thing, but don't sing along. Nobody's here to listen to you sing. Shut up!
Yeah, I don't know, unless you're Ariana Grande in the theater, which is mildly narcissistic.
I want to do my catchphrase because it's been a minute since I did it, but it's still too early. I'd have to bleep it.
Right.
Ugh. I will say the urge not to sing along with popular is strong, but hey, look at that, I resisted it because I'm not an asshole!
Yeah. You know, I kind of felt bad because one of the people at our theater asked, like, did you sing along? And we're just like, no, we're not monsters. And then the woman next to us, she says, I did, though. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you a monster, random stranger.
No, I don't feel bad about that at all. Don't sing in the movie theater. It's not a goddamn sing-along. We're not at summer camp. I mean, it's different when the theater's empty, obviously.
Oh, if the theater's empty, then it's fair fucking game. It's only happened, 2-3 times. If anyone came into a theater on the rare occasions where you and me are the only ones sitting in a movie, they would probably complain to management.
Yeah, no, I don't blame them. I'd wonder why they showed up halfway through the movie, but...
Yeah.
But if there's other people in the theater, then you sit down and you shut the fuck up. You like, comment, subscribe, but then you shut the fuck up! There, I did it, I can move on with my life. Can't believe they paid this man $50 million for Red One for him to turn around and do this bullshit.
they paid him, like, what was that, like, if I remember right, like 20% of the movie's budget?
Yeah, 20% of the marketing budget.
Which is insane.
Or production budget, rather. Yeah, no, insane. Just for him to turn around and encourage this shit that is part of why nobody... Well, okay, there's lots of reasons why people are not going to theaters as much, but part of it's because, again, other people just don't know when to shut up, or turn off their phone, or whatever.
Man, it was a thing of... The same female friend that I was talking to Glenn Powell about, I was like, do you want to see a movie?
You were talking to Glenn Powell about them.
You know, I mean, that would be pretty neat.
Tell Glenn Powell I want to punch him in the face, and then immediately get knocked on my ass.
Well, see, the thing for me is that Glenn Powell is also in the military aviation, so I'd probably spend a lot of time talking to him about that.
Yeah, fair. Anyways, you were saying...
Yeah, it's a thing of... She was going, it's like, yeah, I don't really want to go to theaters because of dealing with people in theaters. I mean, sometimes it's bad, but it's not always bad. And this conversation happened the week we went to see Furiosa.
That's great.
And I'm just sitting there like, it straight up was a moment similar to the sloth in...
Zootopia, just his face just lighting up.
Yeah, just a slow smile, and I was like, I can't believe this is happening to me right now.
Nah, perfect. Anyways, I'm not saying this is why I hate The Rock, but now my feud is justified.
Yeah, now he has a justified reason for disliking The Rock.
I mean, I think the fact that he clearly thinks he's better than me, but is trying to pretend that he isn't is pretty good. I'm not a fan of phonies. Just admit you think you're better than me, alright? We've been over this. I went into this, what was that, last week?
I think it was actually last week.
Yeah, because he was in Red One. Anyways.
Yes.
We're gonna move on.
Mm-hmm.
We got some quotes from Kraven the Hunter director J.C. Chandor, and not the most encouraging thing I've ever heard. He was talking with comicbook.com about some of the preceding Sony Spider-Man universe movies, and he said, I don't want to get too into the nitty-gritty of it, but here's what I would say. For me as a filmmaker, my number one goal, especially, quite frankly, over the last couple of years where you guys are deep in this world, some of the fans out there, a lot of the fans, were upset with certain decisions and certain outcomes of Sony's Spider-Man universe.
This is not a great start.
It gets a little more desperate.
Okay.
Then with other films, they've gone on to be tremendous successes. Yeah, Venom 1 really set the bar high. So there's been a mixed success rate. People have got to give us a chance and come out.
That's generous.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you count... Hold on, wait a minute. If you count the Spider-Verse movies... which aren't part of that universe, but if you count them, then yeah, it's actually kind of about even.
Yeah, fair.
And if you count the ones that Marvel made that Sony just slapped their name on as a co-producer, then it's much more in Sony's favor. But
but anyone with a functioning brain doesn't buy that.
Anyways, he said, people have got to give us a chance and come out and support this film and literally try to wash away some of the other stuff that's happened. Give our film a chance.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, right? Great.
Wash away the other stuff? No, media is not in a vacuum, good sir.
No, I totally believe Kraven's gonna have some big continuity-spanning thing that'll somehow make all the other Sony Spider-Man universe movies good, and not just in the ironic sense.
I want to crack a joke, but I can't think of anything just because of how ridiculous that statement was.
And I feel bad, because obviously, he's the director, he's doing his job, he signed up for this movie, and he's trying to do his best with what must be some insane constraints for Sony. I mean, they tried making a Kraven the Hunter movie. That in and of itself indicates whoever greenlit that is not well in the head.
Right.
But, what a great way. I know some of the other ones haven't been great, but please, guys...
Yeah.
Pretty please?
Again, that really does not inspire any kind of confidence at all.
I'm so torn. I am very busy these next few weeks, but I really want to try and see both Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, and Kraven the Hunter.
Are those the same weekend?
Those are the same weekend.
Oof. Yikes.
I think that was the weekend where you were talking about potentially sitting it out since you don't care about Lord of the Rings or Kraven.
Yeah, and it's a shame because it's like, on one hand, everything about the Lord of the Rings movie does look kind of cool, especially with it being an animated movie. But I don't care about Lord of the Rings, so that kind of kills it. And Kraven is, Kraven, so... Yeah,
no, exactly. He's an animal lover and protector of nature, don't you know? Spider-Man's biggest rival. Jesus fucking Christ, where's my Hypno Hustler movie that they were talking about?
Remind me what Hypno Hustler is?
He just hypnotizes people, and they were gonna have Donald Glover play him, apparently.
Oh, come on! That's so much cooler! Like, seriously.
Don't get me wrong, he's honestly probably a Z tier supervillain, but
So, I mean, if you have Donald Glover doing him, that's already like an improvement.
was he? Oh yeah, star and produce.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did that get canceled too?
Not officially, but we haven't heard anything about it since they announced it.
Jesus Christ.
Come to think of it, we don't really know about anything Sony's doing after Kraven. This could be it.
Would that be a good thing?
I'm so torn, because on the one hand, I want to complain about Kraven. On the other hand, if I don't see Kraven, there's a better chance that no more of these get made. Oh. This shouldn't be a struggle. This shouldn't be hard. This movie looks bad, I don't want to go see it, I'm not going to go see it. Instead, it's, this movie looks bad, I don't really want to go see it. Let me flip a coin!
I feel like there was a particular weekend this year where I was like that, where it's just like, there's two particular movies, neither of these I really am like eager to see, but I have to see something and I don't know what to pick. I don't remember what movies they were, but I want to say I chose wrong.
So now we got a couple of DC updates.
Yay.
One is that James Gunn has confirmed that there's plans for Deathstroke in the DCU. It was reported, I want to say by the Hollywood Reporter, by somebody. Some major publication reported that there was a Bane and Deathstroke project being worked on.
Coming to a theater near you, P. Diddy and R. Kelly are Deathstroke. Sorry, I need to get that out of my system.
Hide your kids, hide your spines.
Hide your baby oil.
Because Deathstroke and Bane are coming to town. They're like Santa Claus, baby.
No, not that, because little kids like Santa Claus.
I think that just makes it more likely Deathstroke could do it. Hey-o!
Oh god, I'm sorry, I just needed to get it out of my system. That is admittedly low-hanging fruit, but considering how horrible both of those men are, I kinda don't care.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Greg. Deathstroke's fictional.
Yeah. Damn. Oh god.
Fucking hell. If you got any problem with that, there's the metaphorical door. I pointed at the wall that doesn't have a door in it. I could have pointed at the door. I pointed at the wall.
Total apropos of nothing, but it just reminded me of it. I found out that there's a small YouTube channel for like Need for Speed that I used to follow, and I used to be on the Discord for it. And the reason I use past tense words for this is because I found out that the person running this channel and this Discord was busted for illegal sex stuff.
Oh, joy.
And I'm just kind of a thing of, why? What the fuck is going on? What is in the fucking water? Why is this what is, like, of course people have always been terrible. It's like, why is this happening?
Just keep it in your pants, assholes.
For real.
It's not hard. Some of us manage to do it on a daily basis. Not difficult.
No, not at all. Ugh.
Anyways, another update. This one, I'm not super familiar with the character, but per Deadline, DC Studios is working on a Sergeant Rock project, and apparently Daniel Craig is in talks to star.
Ooh boy, I don't know who Sergeant Rock is, but I'm always down for more Daniel Craig.
I don't really know much about him either. I know he's some kind of military guy. He was in Dark Knight's Death Metal narrating some stuff in kind of a tongue-in-cheek way. That was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, Dark Knight's Death Metal was a little weird.
Fair.
But I can't get too mad because Dark Knight's Death Metal also gave us Batman having a gauntlet with every color of kryptonite on it called the Five-Finger Death Punch, which is just delightful.
That's pretty sick.
One might even call it metal.
Yeah, metal as fuck.
On the other hand, Dark Knight's Death Metal also gave us the Robin King, and he's an annoying little shit. So...
Who's the Robin King?
A Bruce Wayne from the Dark Multiverse who was always psychotic and his parents' death just freed him up to become a total sociopath with a utility belt full of gadgets to kill all the world's superheroes.
That sounds like cheating.
Yeah, he's an annoying little shit.
Yeah, that just sounds like cheating.
They killed B-Rex so that he could live.
Who is B-Rex?
That's the Batman from the Dark Multiverse who, as his body was dying, uploaded his mind into the robotic T-Rex inside the Batcave.
I regret asking this question now. Jesus Christ, that is ridiculous.
Let me tell you about Batmobeast.
Batmobeast.
It's Batman, but he's in like a monster truck.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Wait, like, is it Batman driving a monster truck, or is it like a sentient monster truck?
It's a sentient Batman monster truck.
Oh, now that sounds less awesome.
Right?
Hmm.
Anyways, I don't know where I was going with this.
The Batmobeast is where we're going.
No, we're going in the Batmobeast. But I don't know where we're going, except I guess to a Sergeant Rock project.
Right.
Get me a trailer. Just get me a trailer.
Yeah, honestly.
I feel like my hype for the DCU is going to kick into high gear once it actually starts. So, actually in just a couple weeks since Creature Commandos. That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Let's go to trailer time.
Let's do trailer time, and there was a lot of them.
It's trailer time again. We've got movie previews to watch. It's trailer time again. Yeah, a couple of honorable mentions. We got another trailer for a Minecraft movie, which...
looks less bad.
The only thing that stuck out to me is, and this is not in the good way, is just at the very beginning of Jack Black going, "As a child, I yearned for the mines."
1800s called. It wants its shit back.
Too late, it's 2024. We're stuck with it now.
Oh, yeah, right.
And we also got a trailer for How to Train Your Dragon, the live-action remake of a movie that's only 14 years old.
It's 14 years old?
Yeah, 2010.
Holy shit! Stop it!
I mean, it looks fine.
No, it's just the whole thing of, like, realizing how old certain things are. Which is just, like, I completely forgot that movie came out in 2010. It doesn't feel that old.
You know what? I think I figured out what problem I have, if any, with the constant remake cycle. It's not even necessarily that movies get remade, because movies get remade, or sequelized, or prequelized all the time. That's why we do Cinema Synergy, wink wink, check it out.
Check it out on the Scarlet Troll YouTube channel, which you're already on.
Unless you're listening to this some other way, in which case, hey, thanks. Maybe check it out on YouTube. But
yes. Mm-hmm.
The real problem I have is that a lot of these are just the same studios remaking the same shit over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if somebody else wanted to take a crack at How to Train Your Dragon, sure, give me what you got, show me.
Right, yeah.
This is just DreamWorks redoing a thing they already did, and it's just, I don't care.
Something, same story for the next generation.
Just re-release the old one!
Yeah.
Anyways, on to trailers that we actually have some more substantive things to say. We got a trailer for Elio.
Yeah, so apparently there was a teaser for this released like a year ago.
I think we talked about it.
If we talked about it, I do not remember it at all.
It might have been part of D23?
Okay.
Or it might have been part of some other, maybe like CinemaCon or something, I don't remember.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure we talked about it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
This looks cute.
Oh, it looks very cute. I appreciate Pixar attempting to bring, and I'm gonna mispronounce this, Chunibyo to the Western world.
Is that what this is?
I don't know, but with the delusions of grandeur for my main character and the eye patch over one eye, that's kind of the idea that I got from it.
Oh yeah, I guess the eye patch is a little middle school demon lord, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought he had pink eye.
I mean, he might. If that is the case, then I feel bad for my joke, but I do not rescind my joke.
Oh! That manta ray alien, Questa, that's Jamila Jamil.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah, hell yeah, alright, cool! I'm super on board with this. She's great.
Oh, yeah.
I need to finish The Good Place one of these days.
Yeah, probably. I remember watching the first few episodes and just never getting back to it, which is a shame, because I know that show's really good.
I think I got into season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I need to finish that.
But no, it looks really good. It seems to be a fun movie, so I'm definitely interested to seeing more about it and hearing more about it.
I'm interested to see what kind of shenanigans he gets up to pretending to be ruler of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Do the governments just have to step aside and be like, well, he's declared himself king. If we call him out now, there's going to be a war. Also, the bathroom joke is funny.
The bathroom joke was funny. It just kind of maybe goes like, ooh, I don't know about that. I would feel disturbed about that. Because it's the thing of, this is genuinely beautiful. This is the bathroom. Excuse me? And then they go down the drain. Ooh, no. This might be the prettiest bathroom in the galaxy, but still.
Yeah, definitely not. So we also got a trailer for The Bad Guys 2.
So I never watched the original movie.
We gotta fix that. It's really funny.
Yeah, I never watched the original movie, and as such, I feel like I'm definitely missing some important context.
Well, they were bad, and then they turned good, but now they're being forced to be bad again. And I'll admit, I'm a little disappointed in that premise, because I kind of would have rather liked to see a movie of them trying to be good guys rather than getting roped into another bad guy heist.
Right.
I'm invested in their success at this point, alright? Partly because Sam Rockwell is the wolf.
Oh, is he?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And Anthony Ramos is Piranha.
Alright.
You may have seen him in that Walmart period drama commercial.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know what that was! We had some of the worst commercials ever in front of Wicked! What the fuck?! Speaking of trailer time, apparently, a lot of theaters got a showing of a Snow White trailer in front of this. We didn't get that!
Oh shit! Wait, was that released on YouTube?
No, not officially.
Okay, I was gonna say, is that one of those ones where it's coming out in theaters first before it hits the masses?
Yeah, or maybe not at all, who knows? All I know is it leaked, but I'm not here to talk about leaks.
Yeah, no, it really was, like, we got that. It was... What else was there? There was a certain point where we were just getting commercials back to back that just got increasingly worse and increasingly more cringe. And I just looked at Cody like, what the fuck is happening right now?
You're the worst timeline.
Yeah! Amongst all the other things, it's like, alright, no, I am not kidding. I am genuinely sick of this timeline right now. This is insane. Like, people who are paid millions of dollars to do marketing at a high level.
Bold of you to assume they're paid millions.
Well, a lot of money. Definitely more than we are.
No, the people who get paid a lot of money are the people who nitpick those ads to death and then sign off on them once they're in their worst possible form.
Then why aren't we getting loads of money?
Statler and Waldorf are the best Muppets.
Indeed. But, yeah, no, all these commercials are just so bad.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of bad, getting back to the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still excited for this, even though the premise has put me off a little bit, because the characters have really good chemistry in the first movie, and also you get funny shit like Snake having a girlfriend who's a crow or a raven or something.
Yeah.
And then making out, and him almost swallowing her head.
Joke for the parents?
Really uncomfortable.
Deeply, not helped, but also greatly improved by one of the other characters going, why is she in his mouth? Or what was it?
No, that was it. And it was Piranha. It was Anthony Ramos. Star of the period drama Walmart commercial.
Yeah! That was when I was just like, alright, that's pretty good.
I'll never recover from that, I swear.
No, it's just, oh god, that was so bad.
Ugh. No, Bad Guys 2. I didn't even know a sequel was coming, or if I did, I'd forgotten about it. So, really excited. Conversely, I'm a little less excited for Sonic 3 now.
Oh, really?
I feel like they gave away the whole thing.
They definitely gave away a little bit too much.
Because after the first trailer did the whole thing about Sonic and Eggman teaming up, now it looks like, no, Eggman either double-crosses them pretty early in, or he was working for Gerald the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, that's a little disappointing.
Yeah, just a tad.
Apparently Rachel has joined Gunn.
I genuinely want to know how that happened and how that works.
She did tase one of their agents, so maybe it's like, you knock one of our boys out, you're in?
Yeah. You tased one of our federal agents and got away with it. This is what we called qualified immunity.
Randall!
No, she's got that heat.
That was really good. No,
that
wait.
Was very good.
She didn't tase him. He took a taser for her.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Either way, you got one of our boys tased. You're in.
That's a hell of an initiation.
That's all it takes. Just get a gun agent tased. You're in.
Now, the question at that point is that an initiation for her, or is that more of an initiation for the already established gun agent?
Oh, a little thing that really kind of irked me was the Pikachu reference. I don't know why it made me so mad, but it did.
I was like, wait, are you allowed to do that? You're Sega.
Technically it's Paramount, but yeah, I guess they can.
Well, it's the thing of like, yeah, they can, but it's the thing of like, no, I don't think you're allowed to make a joke like that.
Idris Elba going Pika Pika is one of the most cursed things I've ever heard in my life.
Oh god, I just remember the other commercial, even though it wasn't really commercial. It's the whole, like, roller coaster before the movie, and they had all three of them in it.
It's not as bad as the Minions one, alright?
No, it's not as bad, but it was still the thing of, like, I forgot exactly what Idris Elba said, but...
We're under attack!
Yeah, but his lines were just ones where it's like, I could have gone my whole life without witnessing or hearing any of this.
Yep. Knuckles punching popcorn, didn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
But we get the Eclipse Cannon! That's cool!
Okay.
That's the big planet-busting thing that they use to shear off part of the moon.
Oh, the fucking... I forget what it's called. So that's the miniature Death Star.
Yeah, in the games, it's attached to the Space Colony Arc. In this, I think it might just be its own, like, free-floating weapon. They blew up half the moon with it in the games.
Well, somebody better call Google Maps then.
Everything you say just makes me want to hit you harder.
When he said that, I was just like, I understand that feeling extremely well.
Yep.
I understand that on a very personal level.
It's like you could see into my brain.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm still looking forward to this, absolutely, because Keanu Reeves is Shadow, but man, they really set us up for a swerve and then yanked it away by just confirming that it was a swerve.
Which is a bit of a shame.
Yep. And now finally, we also got a trailer for Popeye the Slayer Man.
This is fucking stupid.
I can't goddamn wait!
This is genuinely one of the dumbest things I have ever seen in my life. And I sat through Birdemic.
You sat through both Blood and Honey movies. And you're telling me this is where you draw the line, huh?
I mean, it looks so bad. Popeye specifically looks horrible.
I don't know what you're talking about. He looks like a pretty faithful live-action Popeye.
Oh, God almighty. So, I will say, on one hand, I partially appreciate showing the gore in the trailer, but on the other hand, it is ruined by the fact that, I mean, understandable, because this is clearly a low-ass budget movie. Ooh, if I ever make a record label, I just came up with a name for it. Low-ass budget.
This has been a low-ass budget label production.
Yeah! It's been a low-ass budget production, like this movie.
Yeah.
On one hand, I appreciate showing some of the gore in the trailer, but on the other hand, it's such blatantly low-budget fake gore that it's like, this doesn't improve it at all. In particular, it was the thing of when Popeye bends the dude's hand backward, and it's just,
ooh,
oh, that's bad. And then what looks like a squirt gun of cherry Kool-Aid is spurting out. It's just like, and that's pretty bad.
No, I love it. This looks great. He is what, he said it himself. I am what I am.
I don't like this.
No, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, come on! He's apparently what he is because of contaminated spinach! That's fucking funny!
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm probably gonna see this movie, because even though it looks completely fucking stupid, it looks like it's at least will be funny. I don't know, somewhere on a scale of 1 to oh bother, but yeah, like, I see myself seeing this.
There's still no actual release date, just 2025. I'm so disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that release date, I gotta know.
Give me that contaminated spinach release date.
You got a bunch of stupid teenagers or college students wandering around a fucking abandoned warehouse where Popeye apparently lurks around killing people. Come on! So good.
Who knows, maybe it'll do the Glee thing of having it be where it's a bunch of adults masquerading as teenagers.
Oh dear. Oh bother, one might say. Wait, which one's the next Twisted Childhood Universe movie? I know this isn't part of it, but...
I think it's Peter Pan.
Huh, is it?
It's either Peter Pan or Bambi.
Bambi the Reckoning. Wait, is that already out?
It's out?
No, I'm checking, because it says Bambi the Reckoning and Pinocchio Unstrung are due out in 2025, but we're... Oh, wait, no, 2025. Okay, that's next year. No, wait, you're right, it is Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. That is next.
Okay.
I got what year it was mixed up. I was really hoping we were already 1 year in, but... Anyways, yeah, no, give me this movie, I want it. Let's go to box office.
Let's do the box office.
We did see the highest grossing movie domestically this weekend, because it was Wicked. Part 1!
Good. Fuck. When, like, we'll get to the movie, of course, but the title card in the movie even says it, where it's like, Wicked, and then there's a ding, and it's like, Part 1, I'm just like, I
have a real controversial opinion that we're gonna get, but we'll get to it. Wicked Part 1 took in $112.5 million domestically this weekend, and in total, it's currently sitting at $162.5 million worldwide against a $150 million budget. So if this keeps up, it could actually turn a pretty decent profit.
Alrighty.
And honestly, you know what? I'm pulling for it. I like this.
This was good. This was enjoyable.
I'm just gonna say my controversial opinion right now, right off the bat. This is a better Part 1 than Across the Spider-Verse.
Ooh. Ooh, that is controversial.
I'll get into why later, but I think I like this more than Across the Spider-Verse, and I think it's a better first part of a clear two-parter. And I stand by it. You won't convince me otherwise. My mind is made up, and it's not just because of Ariana Grande.
Although she is easily the best part of this movie.
Yeah!
So, while I wasn't shit-talking nearly as much as you shit-talked Wonka, this movie is kind of, I guess, my Wonka, because the entire time leading up to this, I'm just like, I don't know. I even after rewatching Wizard of Oz, I'm just like, yeah, this is a hard sell. And then I watched this movie, it's like, I swear to God, Ariana Grande is actually the best thing ever, and I feel bad I didn't know this entire time. She is just, she just steals the show every time she's on the screen.
And I feel a little bit bad saying that, because Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, also very good. It's just...
Yes.
The point of the character's journey that she's at this point requires her to be a little more reserved and a little more withdrawn, and she does it well. But it also means that Glinda kind of dances all over her.
Literally and figuratively.
Which, I feel like in part 2, it's probably going to be much more of the Elphaba show and give her more chances to cut loose, and I'm very much looking forward to that. But here...
Oh, yes.
It's all about Glinda.
Yeah, she is the star of the show, and she just takes advantage of it every time. And it's interesting... Well, actually, I don't know, because we haven't done the summary yet, so we probably want to do the summary first.
You know what? You're correct.
Yeah, before I get too deep into my enjoyment with Ariana Grande as Glinda, or Galinda.
Doesn't matter. So this, for those who don't know, this is a sort of prequel to The Wizard of Oz, except it's not, because it's not an L. Frank Baum book, obviously. The novel was written in 1995, so...
Yeah.
I don't know that it's sort of a, like, alternate prequel to Wizard of Oz, but it basically, it starts after the death of the Wicked Witch of the West, and... Yep.
We'll get into it.
No, you know what? This is as good a time as any. So it's funny because when we watched Wizard of Oz for Cinema Synergy, feel free to check it out, link below.
Mm-hmm.
Greg was very put out by how excited Munchkinland was to be celebrating the Wicked Witch of the East demise. And this takes that up to 11.
It breaks the dial.
Not necessarily in length, because I think it's actually maybe a little bit shorter, but
yeah.
you've got...
In terms of presentation.
in terms of presentation, especially because you've got Glinda meandering around sadly, kind of remorseful and mournful about this whole thing, trying to engender some sympathy for Elphaba from these munchkins, and instead, they're all just like, nah man, fuck it, she's gone! Hell yeah, I hope she burns in hell!
Yeah, it's just the thing of like, I just leaned over to him and was like, this is still really fucked up.
And then they reel out the effigy.
Yeah! Just seeing all of this, it's like, this is still really fucked up how much they're celebrating. And then they wheel out an effigy, it's like, Jesus Christ!
And then they set it on fire!
I think you're, like, losing your mind laughing in the seat.
I'm losing my mind laughing just because I'm thinking about how awkward this must be for you to watch, knowing how you felt about it in The Wizard of Oz.
God damn, people, like, I get that this woman is a bastard, but holy shit.
That was great. It set the tone for the whole thing, because this movie's ridiculous, but because it's a Wizard of Oz prequel, and Wizard of Oz is inherently fucking ridiculous and on the nose and silly, in a good way, don't get me wrong, it's a charming movie, but that's part of what makes this so good, is that everybody's just kind of
losing their goddamn minds.
Everybody's lost their mind. It's a real Alice in Wonderland situation.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's mad. We're all mad here.
Mm.
So then it transitions into Glinda telling a story about how she knew Elphaba Throp, aka the Wicked Witch of the West, at school. And that's where the whole rest of the movie is set.
Yes.
And it's good.
It's good. It's genuinely very good. It's well acted. It's got great design and production and all that. It's interesting because it's a musical. No fucking shit, it's a musical. But it's a musical that I didn't get as sick of the musical stuff as much as I was anticipating.
Mm.
Because first off, a lot of the songs are really good. The songs themselves are great. The singing and performances are great. I mean, of course, Ariana Grande is the standout, but everyone from the singers to the dancers, everyone does a good job in every single musical number in this. And that was a thing of just, I'm shocked at how much of a not horrible time I'm having with the musical part. There were a couple bits where it swings back into being a musical during scenes where I'm just like, no, this kind of takes away a little bit from the gravity of the situation right now to have this musical number, but it also makes sense for it to be there, so I can't exactly knock it at the same time.
Yeah, man, it's a musical. You just gotta get used to it.
Yeah, I know.
And I mean, okay, as much as Ariana Grande is the standout here, especially when it comes to a lot of the dance moves, which, oh boy, I'll get into that, but again, Cynthia Erivo
does great.
Although her Elphaba demands a little more restraint, she does get in some really good moments, and also, her singing is great.
Yeah, she's a phenomenal singer.
Like The Wizard and I, right near the start. So good.
Oh, yes.
And also where, I think it really first sunk in, from what I could gather, that it's like, oh, this is gonna be real on the nose, like when she does the line of, and though I'll never show it, I'd be so happy I could melt.
Who's gonna give her the bad news?
This whole thing is like that.
There is kind of insane foreshadowing in this. So I've never seen the stage play. I think I remember you just said that the stage play is also based on a novel.
Yep.
So I never saw the stage play and I never read the original novel. The knowledge that I have working from this is just the original, the 1939 Wizard of Oz movie. And even with that, just working off of that and making just, I feel like well-placed assumptions, there is a heavy, heavy hand of foreshadowing in this movie. But it doesn't deeply take away from what's happening. Although it's still the kind of thing where you just kind of can't help but just look at it and go, foreshadowing?
Just a heads up, I know it's going to be a long year, but nobody spoil what happens in part 2 for Greg, because he doesn't know. I do know. I've never seen the musical, but I know what happens. But don't spoil it. Don't ruin it.
And that's a little bit of a shame for me as well, because it's a deal of, I had such a good time usually with things I have a really good time with that's based on some previous material, I do usually try to look it up to learn more about it. It's just oh, I can't do that for this. Because I do kind of want to know where this goes. Because actually no, don't want to say that, because that's probably a bit of a spoiler for this movie.
Yeah, no, he was poking around on the movie subreddit thread for this, and I was like, be careful!
Yeah. Well, it's a shame, because the reason why I do that for a lot of movies is just to see, not just to see what people think about it, but also the movie subreddit is usually good about having some really great jokes and one-liners regarding a movie. And it's just thinking Aw, dang it, I can't do that with this. That sucks.
Yep. There's a lot of just really interesting character flourishes in this. Again, a lot of it's Glinda, like when she constantly does the throwing her hair back thing, but she throws her whole body back with it. It looks like she's doing a fucking Matrix dodge.
Yeah. Flip my hair. Yeah. Like that. And she just does something that feels like it should be out of Max Payne.
Yep. Amazing. Let's see. So Elphaba, her whole shtick is, she's green.
She's very green.
Which, if you remarked on that tour, she would feign surprise and then just go, I am.
In the trailer, I was just like, oh, this is interesting. And then in the movie, it was just even better, because I'm like, that is some scathing sarcasm.
Hell yeah, it was.
Yeah, she's like, I am. It's just like, you dumb bitch. You can tell that's what she's saying in that response.
Now, that's the other funny one, and maybe this is a change from the musical, I don't know. But because of what's in this movie, I don't really get where Glinda's value is to Elphaba here.
Yeah, honestly.
I can see why Glinda's attached to Elphaba to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand the other way around. At least not to the extent that we're led to believe at the end. But that's the thing to get into later.
Right.
Michelle Yeoh, Madame Morrible.
Yeah.
Always good to see Michelle Yeoh in just about anything.
We even got to hear her sing.
Yeah!
Which I think that's the first time I've ever heard her sing.
You know what? Same.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. But she's good. She's the sorcery dean at Shiz. Oh god, I see what you mean. This is a terrible name. Shiz be whack, yo.
Yeah, Shiz is not a good name because I don't know. Well, I don't. If you cut this, I don't blame you. But it's a thing. At the second time they say Shiz, Rodriguez is like, "Yes, welcome to Shiz, subsidiary of Jizz." This is not a good name for a school, even if it is a fictional fantasy school.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum. He's the wizard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really great.
Very good in his usual Jeff Goldblum-ness.
Then we also got Jonathan Bailey as Fiero, Ethan Slater as Bach, Marissa Bode as Nessa Rose, who is Elphaba's younger sister, aka... Is that a... No, that's not a spoiler. Is that a spoiler? I guess it's a spoiler if you haven't seen Wizard of Oz, which... Huh.
That's right. Yeah.
I guess that's a spoiler. We're gonna move on. Oh shit, they got Peter Dinklage for Dr. Dillamond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the goat, the history professor. He is the goat.
Yeah, he is indeed the goat.
He is not only a goat, he is the goat.
Yeah, he's great in this.
Yeah. So Elphaba's an outcast because she's green. I think implicitly because she's the product of an affair, but explicitly because she's green.
You're right.
And when she gets to school, she's not even supposed to be attending the school. Her dad just insists that she stick around for a bit to look after Nessa, and then she accidentally reveals that she can do magic, which most people can't do. Madame Morrible takes credit for it, but then decides to enroll Elphaba and teach her. Mm-hmm. Which Elphaba decides, yeah, I'll go with that, because the promise of meeting the Wizard of Oz and having her heart's desire granted is dangled in front of her, which leads to the song The Wizard and I, which is the first song in this where I really felt, okay, yeah, we're on to something here.
Yeah, honestly.
Because don't get me wrong, No One Mourns the Wicked, pretty fun song, but I'm mostly just busy laughing my ass off at the fact that they're once again celebrating the fact that somebody is dead in a song.
Yeah.
So, because Elphaba's a last-minute addition, she ends up rooming with Glinda because Glinda accidentally volunteers and then proceeds to complain about having accidentally volunteered. Mm-hmm. Leading to a very tense subtext-laden song, What Is This Feeling? Mm. I love it.
Right.
Civil unrest is brewing in the land of Oz. This feels like kind of a swerve, but it's not. Animals are being... I almost said scapegoated, and then I said it anyway.
I mean, that's still a fitting adjective.
Yeah, you're right.
That is still an accurate adjective.
Put it in the montage! But, so animals are increasingly not being allowed to teach at the university. Dark secrets unfold, yada yada yada. Some prince arrives, Glinda wants him, Elphaba kinda wants him, he probably wants Elphaba. Maybe Glinda and Elphaba want each other, I don't know. And meeting the wizard and stuff happens, and I really don't know what's a spoiler here.
I feel like that's a good part to stop, because when they meet the wizard, that's when things really pop off. I mean, there's a lot of popping off in this movie, but that's when I feel like things really pop off.
Yeah, that does feel like it's when things get a little... Actually, I feel like it's a little bit before then, but anyways. Let's see, what else do I got that's not a spoiler? Set design is good.
Set design is good. Again, dancing is good. Is Ariana Grande floor dance a spoiler?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It is part of why she's the best in this movie, but not the GOAT, because that's Dr. Dillamond.
Yeah.
Also, I like how they still made her endearing in spite of the fact that she's kind of a bitch.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to my boss, actually, because he went to see this movie with his wife. And he's like, yeah, this movie's great. And Ariana Grande is great. It's like, no, she's not. It's like, what do you mean? She plays Glinda. Glinda's a bitch. Like, that's the whole point. Of course she's a bitch.
Yeah, Glinda's the real villain all along, don't you know?
Yeah, it's like, she's the villain. She's not trustworthy. How not trustworthy is she? Check out our cinema synergy on The Wizard of Oz, and you'll find out.
Wink, wink.
You have no power here.
You have no power here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's really hard to figure out what's a spoiler and what's not when this is an adaptation of a musical that's a prequel to a movie that I feel like everybody's seen, but I can't guarantee that. So
yeah, I guess, especially given the age of the original, but not original source material.
True. Huh. I like the detail that there's a lot of, maybe not a lot, but some things stand out to me, like when they're taking the train. It's basically in a wheat field, like a cornfield or something, so it feels very evocative of, haha, Kansas.
Right, yeah.
So nice callback to the original Wizard of Oz, which actually kind of serves as some pretty good foreshadowing for what's ultimately really going on. A lot of explainium in this.
A lot of talk no jutsu.
Not even that, just a lot of things that I should hate in a prequel, but I don't for this one, because it's the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, like, a lot of things that get a pass just because of the universe that this movie takes place in.
Yeah, you know what, that's probably better saved for spoilers to get into details of, but it's definitely there. And you know what, to get more into it, part of why I think this is a better obvious part 1 than Across the Spider-Verse is because, and this has the benefit of it's a prequel, but you could end this movie and go straight into The Wizard of Oz, and I feel like you'd have a pretty cohesive idea. You'd be missing some key details that have to play out in part 2 that I can't talk about even in spoilers because I can't ruin it for Greg, and you shouldn't either. But if Wicked Part 2 never happened, I would be decently content with this.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is that, of course, there's going to be certain threads that are at least initially laid out to carry over and keep people interested for part 2. But even for a part 1-er, at least as far as part 1 movies I've seen, because the only one I've seen is Into the Spider-Verse and The Fast and the Furious.
Aha! Well, I mean, Infinity War is also one.
True. Well, like, within recent times.
That was only 6 years ago.
Don't say that! God,
Part 2 movies are a new phenomenon.
I know it's not, but it's just a thing of the reminders of how things that don't feel like they were that far away were actually that far away. There's been a lot of that for me the past few days, okay?
Yeah. No, I was saying that's recent. I don't think that's far away at all.
Yeah.
It only feels like forever ago because the reasons.
Yes, indeed. But this movie, even being a part 1-er, I would say if Wicked 2 never comes out, this does have what I would consider to be a decently definitive ending. An ending that's like, it's not great, but does stand on its own.
Yeah, and if you went from this into The Wizard of Oz, you might feel like you're missing some things, but you could also probably connect the dots.
Yeah, there would be at least enough things set up to go, alright, I understand why the Wicked Witch of the West does what she does in The Wizard of Oz now.
And on the flip side, if Beyond the Spider-Verse never happens, Across the Spider-Verse is all the worse for it.
Yeah.
And that is why I think it's a better part 1. And I don't usually try to compare movies this hard, but I feel like in this case, it's appropriate because, it turns out you actually can do part 1 movies and have them not totally suck. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that because Across the Spider-Verse didn't suck. I have a lot of Weenie Hut Jr. Spider-Man fan problems with it, but also it's an obvious part 1 and I don't like that. But, go ahead.
I mean, most of my problems with this movie are mostly attached to the hell that the animators and art department went through.
Yeah.
But I like this, especially just because it's cool that even for a part 1-er, it felt like they really tried their best and did a good job at giving it a semi-definitive ending, which I feel like is such a hard line to toe with movies like this, because it's one of those things where it's like, you don't want to give it a horrifically definitive ending because then no one's going to go see the second one, or they'll be surprised that there's a second one. But if you don't and just try to make it super open, be like, yeah, there's another one coming, we're not done yet at all, we're not going to give any kind of satisfying closure to the last 2.5 hours of your life. It's just like, oh, well, that sucks. So I don't want to see the next one anyway. So the fact that they were able to toe that line so well is impressive to me personally.
Yeah. I don't know, you think we should move on to spoilers?
At this point, yeah.
Cool. At least more spoilers than we might have already dropped, and I apologize if you didn't know certain things. It's really hard to toe the line on this one. But, to the question of should you see it, yes, I think so.
Absolutely.
This is a 2-hour, 40-minute part 1, and I'm still saying you should go see it. That should count for something.
Yeah, that was the thing that was also making me partially skeptical, because I'm always skeptical when it comes to long format movies, and this was one where it's like, no, this is good. This is worth seeing.
Especially when this is one where it's literally longer than the musical by actual content time. Because when you take out the 15-minute intermission, the Broadway musical is 2 hours 30 minutes, and this part 1 is 2 hours 40. But you know what? Dang it works.
Yes, indeed.
So, that being said, if you don't want to get spoiled on Wicked, make sure to click away in 3, 2-1. God, that stupid fucking floor swim shuffle thing. There's a bit in the song Popular, which is about Glinda and Elphaba are now friends, and Glinda wants to teach Elphaba how to be popular. And she's doing all kinds of zany dance moves, just jumping all around their shared room, getting all up in Elphaba's space. It's the craziest thing in the world. And at one point, she's just lying on her back on the floor, doing some weird fucking shuffle swim thing in a U shape. And it's fucking bizarre. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's weirdly entrancing.
It's so delightful, and it's one of those things where, at that point, I surrendered to Ariana Grande. It was a thing of, like not in terms of attraction, but definitely in terms of acting chops. Because I don't think I've ever, as far as I know, if she's been acting in anything else, I've never seen it. This is the first thing I've ever seen her being an actress in, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, she's good.
Wait, did you never see any of Victorious?
No.
Oh.
No, I never watched Victorious.
Alright.
When Victorious came out was pretty much at the point that I stopped watching Nickelodeon in any significant capacity to begin with.
Yeah, alright, that's fair.
But during the whole, floor dance thing, that was a bit of, fuck, she's got it. She's good at this.
Yep.
She's got me. I now love this woman, and I want to see her do more ridiculous stuff like this in particular, because it definitely feels like she's having the time of her goddamn life.
Definitely. Let's see, where else do we go with this? The whole thing about the animals in Oz is that not only are they basically being ousted from jobs and other such positions, but they're also apparently losing their ability to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty horrifying. Especially because in this world, they could just talk. That's just normal. And now it's reverting and nobody knows why. And then when Dr. Dillamon gets removed from his position, he's getting carried away. It's just fucking, it's unfortunate. It's unsettling.
It's very unsettling indeed.
And then it gets worse when it turns out the wizard's actually responsible for this.
Yeah.
I'm curious how he's responsible for them losing their ability to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since he has no power here.
Yeah. It's like, wait, you have no power? Ooh.
Very good.
Well, it was also a little bit unfortunate, because again, that's a scene where it's like there's a lot of weight going on, because Jeff Goldblum does a wonderful job being the Wizard of Oz. And that scene is genuinely very sobering too, where Elphaba just points at him and goes, "You have no power," and instead of trying to rebuke it or anything, he just goes, "You're right, I don't." It's a very sobering scene that also really sets up the stakes of this movie. And what do I do during this? Just lean over to Cody and go, "You have no power here."
It was great. It was really good. No, this is full of little things that I should really hate. Like the fact that they have an explanation for where the flying monkeys came from, or why Elphaba has that hat and that cloak. These are all things where, if it was a prequel to anything other than The Wizard of Oz, I would roll my eyes and go, boo, hiss! This is stupid. But
shun this non-believer.
Shun! But we're on a bridge, Charlie! Oh god, that's old.
Very.
Craig. We're old.
We're old.
Oh, fuck.
You know, I was recently told by my 20-year-old co-worker that he thought I was 23, and I'm like, bro, I fucking wish.
Yep. Define Gravity. That was a good fucking number.
Yes.
I cried a little bit.
I could see that.
I'll admit. That one always hits me in the feels. It's good. It's a really good one. But this is where we get into, Galinda's a delight, but she's also kind of fucking useless. So when Elphaba's doing the classic bit of trying to get Glinda to come with her and going, together we'll be the greatest team there's ever been. It's like, what do you need her for? She has done and can do basically nothing. Yeah,
I get that's the thing of she's pretty much your only real friend, and as such you don't want to lose her. But it's the thing of, she would actually be dead weight if she came with you.
100%. She'd probably fall off the broom trying to take a selfie. I don't know what she'd take a selfie with, because there's no cameras, but...
Right.
Are there? There aren't any. No. We didn't see any. No.
Yeah, no. I mean, who knows?
I like Fiyero, but he feels a little empty, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about him, especially since I have no frame of reference to him to begin with, because again, I never saw the stage play.
And I gotta tiptoe around shit, but...
Yeah, it was a thing of, I'm glad the movie did not do what I thought it was going to do, because it's the thing of, okay, with this being a prequel and with Elphaba becoming the Wicked Witch of the West, that means that there's going to be some kind of conflict that splits her and Galinda. And I thought it was going to be a thing of Fierro, sorry, like the Pontiac, who very obviously falls in love with Elphaba. I figured it was going to be a thing of some kind of jealous romance or whatever. And I'm very glad that the movie did not do that, in all honesty.
Yeah, that's not the actual cause of their falling out. The cause of their falling out is Elphaba decided to take a stand against basically fascism and Glinda just falling in line.
I don't like how current this movie feels.
Nah.
I really don't.
Nah. That's probably part of why it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
Probably would have played out a little different in another timeline.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, damn it. No parallels here.
No, none whatsoever.
Absolutely nothing running with concurrent events. Don't worry about it. Go see the movie, have a good time, and if you have that weird, achy feeling in your heart, you probably just haven't eaten yet.
Or you have a conscience.
Shh. Anyways.
Oh
yeah, Bach is in this.
Yes he is.
He is,
I don't like Bach.
No, he's pretty cringe, bro.
Yeah, I do not get good feelings from Bach whatsoever.
He just is a simp for Glinda, and then when she's, no, go with Nessa instead, he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's a thing of, there's a part of me, obviously he does it because Galinda directs it, but there's a part of me that genuinely wants to believe that he does actually end up genuinely falling for Nessa.
Interesting.
Yeah, just because there's a particular bit where the whole thing that really gets it started is Galinda tells... Crap, why am I just blanking on this fucker's name just now?
Bach?
Just said. Yeah, Glinda tells Bach, like, hey, you should ask Nessa out, that poor girl, because they're going to, like, a area where it's forbidden for there to be dancing or whatever, or something where I guess students aren't supposed to be.
And then they show up anyway and nothing comes of it.
Yeah, but it's a thing of, Bach is getting ready to tell Nessa the truth, as far as, like, the reason I asked you out was because of Glinda. At which point he notices that Glinda is kissing Fierro, and he just goes, he basically just goes, fuck it, and just has a big dance number with Nessa. And I'm just like, I really want to believe that you just realize, yeah, this is stupid. This girl is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna be good to her.
Alright. I will make no comments on how that goes one way or the other.
Oh boy. Somehow that's pretty revealing in its own.
Is it though? Is it though? I'm notoriously untrustworthy. You remember the Ward twist?
Yeah, PTSD to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1.
Where I accidentally spoiled who was Hydra and then convinced you that I hadn't. So yeah, no, me saying I'm not commenting doesn't mean jack shit.
Right.
It could be it doesn't work out. Could be it works out fine. I'm just throwing you off the scent. I feel really bad for Elphaba in this.
Oh yeah, no, she very much gets to serve the shit sandwich the entire time.
Yeah, without any bread.
Without any bread.
Nessa got the bread.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is a Winky?
A Twinkie, but in the shape of a W?
No, but like, Fierro's the prince of, what was it, Winky County? Or Winky Country?
I thought you were gonna call him Winky Cunt for a second. I was just like, no, Cody.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, yeah, Winky Country is a western region of the fictional land of Oz, apparently.
Well, be careful looking it up, because I don't know what kind of spoilers are where.
Fair.
That was weird. But,
man, this is really annoying, actually.
Well, look on the bright side. In a couple of weeks, you'll probably have forgotten all about it, and then a year will go by in no time.
You know what? You're so right.
Too many things come out to dwell on it for too long.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're me thinking about Hundreds of Beavers. I'll never forget.
Oh, that is an unforgettable movie.
That movie altered my brain chemistry.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a way.
Okay.
We'll see.
Encouraging, I think.
Yeah. And at the end, Elphaba's dad might have a heart attack, I don't know.
I am completely okay with that. That man was a rat bastard. Yeah, it's... I didn't say anything, but I was it's like, and I feel bad for this, considering that I had a whole thing during Cinema Synergy about how I don't like celebrating people dying, but I did internally cheer when he just, like, keels over.
No, see, there's an asshole clause.
Yeah, because it's like, no, I'm cool with this, because you are just the biggest asshole.
Right.
And it's annoying that all your anger is directed at your daughter, considering that illegitimate daughter, but she's your illegitimate daughter because your wife had an affair. Which, by the way, I meant to talk about this earlier. I was not expecting this movie to go as hard into the paint in like some of these subjects as I was anticipating. Because again, my only frame of reference is the 1939 Wizard of Oz. I was not expecting to start this movie with a full-blown sex affair.
Yep, nope.
I was just, you have my attention now. Where is this gonna go? And then as the movie gets progressively more zany, it's just like, oh boy, that was like bottom rung as far as insane things that happen in this movie.
Couple of minor moments that I really like. During Fiero's big number, Dancing Through Life, there's a bit where Elphaba just goes, I'm gonna study outside, I can't. Because everybody's singing and dancing and making a scene, and this validates a thought that I've long held about musicals, which is that living in a musical has to be hell. Imagine you're just trying to get through your day, you're just trying to do your commute, go to school, and you're held up because some fucking new head jock and cheerleader are having it out about their emotional problems in the middle of the foyer, and everybody's just dancing around doing backflips and shit. And you're just trying to get through your day, and instead that happens, and it's like, do I have to? No, I'm going outside. I just can't.
Yeah, it's like, I can't deal with this bullshit right now.
Do you have to dance your way outside? On a more serious note, way back at the start, when Elphaba's singing The Wizard and I, I really like how when she's singing about maybe the wizard can make her not green, she happens to be in a room with all kinds of reflecting lights, and the way the light reflects off her makes her skin tone look not green for a bit.
Yeah, I thought that was really well done. I wasn't sure if that was computer nonsense or just really clever use of colored lights.
That's just lighting, I think.
Yeah, it was cool with how during that her skin's turning back to black. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That was a really good... God. It's on the nose, too, it's obvious, but it's damn good. Oh, right, one other thing I almost forgot. Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth are in this movie. They're a couple of members of the, what is it, the Emerald City Players? That's the one.
All hail the Emerald City Players! Emerald City Players!
Because when Glinda and Elphaba go to the Emerald City, they see a little stage show that's recounting, yes, the wizard is the one who's prophesied to be able to read from this magic book, which we've barely gotten into. That book is fucking horrible, burned at the stake, but...
Oh yeah, that book is fucking cursed.
Cursed as hell. But, no, so Idina Menzel, who was Elphaba in the Broadway musical, the original, and Kristen Chenoweth, who was Glinda in the original Broadway musical, are two of the players, and they actually get a little baby bit of a number with their movie counterparts, so that's fun.
Oh yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah, I like that. That was really good. It took until Idina Menzel hit a certain note, and then I was like, wait a minute, is that... Fuck me, I'm stupid. And then also, I was almost panicking a bit, because one of my favorite songs in Wicked is the song Wonderful, which isn't in this movie, and I was panicking a little bit, thinking, you son of a bitch, did you dangle Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard of Oz in front of me and not give me the song Wonderful? I'll burn your fucking house down. And then I checked the set list. Oh, it's Act 2. Credits are rolling. It's Act 2! Nobody panic, everybody! It'll be in the second one.
We're good. We're fucking good.
We're fine! Nobody panic, everybody just stay fucking calm! I can't wait for that. I'm excited for that. I think that's most of what I got.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to add.
Yeah. No, definitely, check this out. This is a fun time.
This is a good time.
Yeah. And that about wraps this up. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Next week, I might be going solo, because it is Thanksgiving weekend, we're all gonna be busy, but I still want to see Moana 2.
Yeah, Moana's the one where I do want to see it, but I have a better time putting it on my chopping block.
No, that's valid. I mean, I myself actually, for once, am busy the next 3 Saturdays in a row. This is unprecedented.
Yeah.
This does not happen. I am not usually this occupied, but
Indeed.
The holidays call.
The holidays beckon down the halls.
Decking the halls?
I don't care. I'm gonna stick with my joke.
No, that's good. That's fine.
It was it was a good dad joke.
Yeah, no, I liked it. But regardless of who ends up seeing what or what dad jokes get made, this has been Under the Bridge with Cody, aka the Scarlet Troll.
And with Greg, aka Greg. This time in the correct order.
Yeah, we'll catch you all next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye! Oh wait, I have to do a Kristen Chenoweth. Bye!
Okay.
Yeah, it's a BoJack Horseman reference, because she's Vanessa Gecko.